Hey, so my first job as a chef was back sometime in the 2000s, and it was in a pub that did a busy lunch business. So I was a morning lunchtime chef. I had never been a chef before. This was my first time working in a kitchen. Um, and What did I learn from it? Well, I learned from it that I didn't need to know so much if I could be good at certain things. So every day there were a lot of orders for club sandwiches coming in. Three slices of bread, butter, mayo, chicken, bacon, lettuce, tomato kind of thing. I think that's what's in it, right? Um, and I got really good at making club sandwiches, really fast, and my club sandwiches were very good. Um, and that was uh, that was fun. Yeah, it was like it was like factory work. I was just boom boom making club sandwiches, making club sandwiches, making club sandwiches during the session for a lunch, which would start maybe 12 noon, I guess. Yeah, 12 noonish, and would go right through to 3 o'clock. So 3 hours, with a lot of orders for a lot of club sandwiches. I have no idea. I've never counted or even considered how many, but there were a lot. For one person, I was making a lot. Remember, it's my first time, so I ain't no pro here. But I was doing good. I had a system going for getting the club sandwiches out of there. Um, I had one once or twice, I think. Um, it was a bit too big for me. I don't eat much at all. I don't eat big things. So maybe a quarter of a club sandwich would be good, maybe a half. Um, so I personally was not a fan, but they were very, very filling. Absolutely, it's a good meal to have. Is a club sandwich. Not if you're a vegetarian, vegan, or anything, but I'm sure you have your own versions, right? Eggs and stuff, avocados. Um, so yeah, that was fun time at that place. I don't think it's the same name anymore. I think it's something other name now. Still doing business, I'm sure. Um, and yeah, that was fun. It was weird because it was kind of like I was in the countryside, working in a country pub or something. Um, because it was in suburbia. It was very suburban and it was very local. It was a local pub that served lunch. This was no superstar, amazing place, although, hey, did good food. It was good food, simple food, served well. That's what's good food. And that's what it was. It was good. It serves a lot of people. Good food, yeah. Making soups and things every day. It's fresh, everything fresh. Nothing frozen. Um, Everything fresh as can be. So that's the way to do it. Um, Specialize. I specialized in the club sandwich. Um, yeah, club sandwich. I haven't made a club sandwich since I worked in this place. I only worked there for maybe a few months. This was not a long-term position at all. Um, by my own choice. They didn't fire me or anything. I quit. Um, I saw what it was like, and I decided it was not for me. This type of kitchen environment. Um, it was a little bit simple. I was looking for challenging. Um, yeah, I eventually got some work in a Michelin star restaurant. They have 2 stars now, just down the road from where I live. And they were just at the beginnings, really. Did they even have a star at the time? I'm not sure. But I spent a couple of days in there, just processing chanterelle mushrooms, just tearing them gently into smaller pieces. This would just be a garnish served with something. But I spent all day carefully pulling these chanterelle mushrooms apart. That was fun, right? I mean, right? But that's fun. I think so. It's the reality of Michelin. Back then, it was a. I don't expect that it's. Maybe it is calm still today, but maybe not because they have 2 stars now, right? I'm sure he's looking for a third one. But it was very calm because it was just the head chef and an assistant and me and another guy came along with me to do the mushrooms. Yeah, the grind of Michelin, like it's painstaking, it's laborious, definitely laborious. Labor is the thing. I can understand how places like El Bulli have 30 chefs working. It's about specialization. You've got to be focused on the one thing. You've got to do it better than anybody else that you're preparing. So Michelin, yeah, it's a pressure on someone. It's not something I would like to have a Michelin star restaurant because I think it's a pressure on yourself that's unnecessary. Smart guys, I think, renege their stars and say, I don't want this anymore, I'm done with it. And I totally appreciate that. You got it. That's all you need to do. You got it. You don't need to keep up the chase ongoing. It's going to maybe destroy your life. Don't let it do that. And it does some, right? Yeah, some guys have come to sad endings driven by Michelin stars and things. So where we go from club sandwiches to Michelin stars. It's just a little walk away, one way and the other way down the road. So that's it. Yeah, my first time as a chef. Went on then to train I did a 3-month cookery course, residential, in Cork. It was wonderful. And I learned so much. We were growing things, we were harvesting things, we were cooking things, we were prepping things, we were baking things, we were roasting things, we were dehydrating things, we were chilling things, freezing things, flash freezing things. We're doing everything. Really, really good course for 3 months. And that taught me how to cook really, really well. Now my wife cooks really, really well because I passed on the skills that I got to her. Cookery skills are fantastic. From there, actually, then I get lucky sometimes in my life. And there was a new course in the university in Cork. It's famous for food and science, and there was a new course just launching, cheap rate, 3 months, get a diploma, specialty food production. It was like, hey, I'm in Cork, and at the same time I finished my cookery course, so I'm due to go back home to Dublin. Why don't I just stay and do this course? So I did. So I went and did this course in the university for 3 months. I got me a university diploma. I think that's pretty damn fast and good. I thought that at the time. I thought usually you have to do a year to get a diploma maybe, but they gave me one. I had to do a thesis for it, right? And so I was ruminating on what the thesis might be. And other guys, I was living there, and there was other guys living with me that were doing the course as well. And they were making notes in the evenings and writing things and all that kind of stuff. I was just ruminating, just thinking, and eventually the lovely lady from the course, sent me an email the day before the thesis was due and and said, "How you doing, Mike? How's the thesis going?" I was like, "Yeah, it's going to be good." Um, and she said, "Are you nearly finished? Are you finished?" I was like, "Well, actually, I haven't even started yet. I hadn't started yet." So then that was fine. I told her I'll have it in tomorrow. It won't be a problem. And I started my thesis that evening, that afternoon probably. And I finished it and went to bed, and I must have sent it to her that night. Yeah, I would have sent it to her that. No, I probably kept it, and I probably reviewed it when I woke up in the morning, and ticked it off and sent it to her. And I got a distinction for my thesis. Can you believe it? I thought these things were like sweated over for long times. Well, not for me. I did in a few hours. Once you've ruminated and you've got everything going on in your head, that you know what needs to go down, and then you can put it down. You put it down, and you just say, "That's done now." And off you go. And thank you very much for my diploma. Yeah, the cookery learning experience was absolutely fantastic, I have to say. It gave me a great interest and appreciation and understanding of food, which is ultimately, after water or alongside water, everything. It's the most important thing, isn't it? Food, fresh air, water, shelter, sure. But yeah, cookery skills. If you can pick up any cookery skills, do. Watch cookery shows. Watch good chefs. Do research. Go searching stuff out. Teach yourself about food. Learn how to cook. You can cook easy. It's no problem. Anybody can cook if you got the tools, the pans, the pots, the heat. So do and enjoy it, and don't let anybody tell you. Well, maybe do let them tell you you're doing wrong if you are doing wrong, because a lot of people do a lot of things wrong. One of the first things that many people I see making a mistake with, so I'll leave you with this tip, is when you're going to be heating something up in the pan on the hob, and you put the pan onto the hob and you turn on the heat and you pour oil in. Stop. Don't do that. Put the pan on the hob, turn the heat on, wait maybe 30 seconds for the pan to get hot, then add the oil. Don't add the oil to a cold pan. It's a simple little thing, but it makes a difference overall. Trust me. Maybe you subscribe even. What have you got to lose?